The Mitsubishi Galant VR4, brought to you by Montu Motors. I tell you what.
Yo man, that dang old Galant VR4 man, talking about dang old gas and go man. What's up everyone? Thank you for watching a Montu Motors video. And today, as Hank and Boomhauer pointed out, we're going to be talking about the Mitsubishi Galant. So the Mitsubishi Galant spawned 8 generations, and the one we want to focus on here is the 6th generation, or the E38A. This version of the Galant was built from 1987 until 1992. It was manufactured in Mitsubishi's Nagoya plant in Okazaki. It was primarily built as a 4-door saloon, or sedan depending on where you're from, and was also available as a 5-door hatchback known as the Eterna ZR4. It had a front engine, all-wheel drive layout, and was available with Mitsubishi's 4G63T, which is a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder. It was also available with a 4-speed automatic or predominantly a 5-speed manual for the VR4. Mitsubishi originally created the Galant VR4 to compete in Group A rally, but in order to do this, they had to build and sell 5,000 units worldwide, 2,000 of which reached the United States in 91 and another 1,000 in 92. Japan, obviously, as well as New Zealand and Australia received the bulk of the other cars. The 4G63T in the early VR4s made 195 horsepower depending on the market, and could go just over 130 miles an hour, and could go from 0 to 60 in 7.3 seconds with a quarter-mile time of 15.3. The Galant VR4 also had 4-wheel steering, which could turn up to 1.5 degrees at speeds over 30 miles an hour. In addition to 4-wheel steering, the VR4 was also equipped with 4-wheel independent suspension and 4-wheel ABS. It had a center differential that allowed for full-time 4-wheel drive. It was actually the first total integration of these systems in the world. The suspension also featured Mitsubishi's ECS, or their electronically controlled suspension. This helped to maintain body roll during aggressive cornering. So let's talk a little bit about the 4G63 that's in the Galant VR4. The 4G63 is a very popular tuning motor, up there with Toyota's 2JZ and Nissan's RB series. It's a 2-liter turbocharged engine, and in the Galant VR4 could range from 195 to 237 horsepower. It has a very low compression ratio of 7.8 to 1, so it allowed for tuners to easily turn up the boost without having to make many modifications. Speaking of modifications, there's a lot of ways to modify and tune your Galant VR4s, and you can also swap parts between Mitsubishi's Eclipse GST and GSX, as well as the Lancer Evolution series. Serious tuners with the right setup on these motors have even been able to push 1,000 horsepower out of the 4G63. And there's a reason the 4G63 is so popular for tuning, and it's down to its reliability. There's a big reason why Mitsubishi's been using this motor from 1981 until the present day. Granted, later versions of the motor had a few modifications such as Mitsubishi's MyVex system. A personal friend of ours recently bought a 1988 Galant VR4. He spent a little bit of time doing preventative maintenance and a little bit of tuning, and is, in his opinion, quote-unquote, definitely a keeper. A nice thing about the Galant VR4 is it's a very subtly styled car. Those who know what you're driving will give you the knowing nod. Otherwise, people tend to look past it thinking, oh, it's just an old Mitsubishi, right? No big deal. Well, a lot of people will also consider this car to be the Evo Zero, since it technically came before the Lancer Evolution, or even the prototype to the Evo. So the nice thing about that is you can take a lot of the parts, build it up the same way as an Evo, but you'll have the subtlety of a Galant instead. Again, many people looking past it, not knowing exactly the potential you hold. Just imagine the look on a guy's face if you pulled up to the drag strip with your old Galant, and he pulls up in his new Porsche Boxster, and then you race down the track and smoke him. Ah, the satisfaction of wiping the smug look off someone's face and replacing it with one of sheer terror. We hope you guys enjoyed this video today and learned a little bit about the Mitsubishi Galant VR4. If you're interested in purchasing one of these, you can check us out at montumotors.com. Thank you for watching this video, and have a good one.
This has been a Montu Motors production, brought to you in part by
Dale's Dead Bug, making bugs dead since sometime before 1997.
Yo, and also by Bill Dotrieve. Oh, shut up, Bill.
It's insane power. I would definitely recommend Monty Motors.
And I would definitely go through Monty Motors again and again.
Registration, insurance, all that stuff, but at the end of the day, they took care of every fear you could possibly have. They'll be able to answer it right on the spot.
That was a ridiculously simple process for getting a JDM car.
I couldn't be happier with my purchase from Monty Motors.